We've often heard how that in the plagues of Egypt, it was God taking control of all the symbolic gods of Egypt. How many of you have heard that? And when you study this out, it is much the same as what it was back then. When we begin to recognize the four-footed beast, thus the ox, under the name of Apis, was adorned in Egypt, and even the dog and the monkey, believe it or not. In imitation of the Egyptian ox, the children of Israel made their golden calf. At this day, two of the most sacred objects of worship in Hindustan are the cow and the monkey. And so they carried over these idols that they had from their previous lifestyle. And if we aren't careful, we will start fashioning things that are of our previous lifestyle into the lifestyle of living for God. And we make likenesses of our God. Does this make sense? It's a likeness of Him, but it's not really Him. We are hanging on to the likeness of our earthly gods. And if we aren't careful, we will limit what our God in heaven can do. Amen. The creeping things, reptiles, animals that had no feet, or such short ones that they seemed to creep or crawl on the ground. Comet, lizards, serpents come under this description. The crocodile in Egypt was an object of adoration, and even the serpent so late as the 2nd century of the Christian era. There was a sect in Egypt called Hophites. From their worshiping a serpent who even claimed to be Christians, there was scarcely an object, animal, or vegetable which the Egyptians did not adore. Thus, the leek, the onion, were objects of worship. Men bowed down and paid adoration to the sun and moon, to animals, to vegetables, to reptiles. Egypt was a source of the views of religion that pervaded other nations, and hence their worship partook of the same wretched and degrading character. My goodness sakes. When you study it out, you realize that if we have a form of God, it's a direct echo of what was said by Paul in Romans 1. What was he saying in Romans 1? If you read on just a little further, he said they knew God. They did not glorify Him as God. Neither were they thankful. Eventually, the Bible goes into saying, and He gave them over to a reprobate mind. If your life and my life has a form or a structure that does not represent the true living God, we have lied ourselves. My goodness, is this all right? I just feel it.